Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Revell, and just getting you up to date on my current 70 AAR Cuda project from the older tool. So I gotten, as you can see, the bodywork is all finished, and I got some time to shoot B5 blue on there, which really isn't B5 blue, but I used this right here, Olds Engine Blue Metallic. Just shot it through my airbrush. I like this color, but so that's what I used on this one to give you an idea there. And so I shot it through my airbrush after getting all the body work done and getting it all ready. And the front came out nice. As you know, if you saw my other video, I cut the blank out that was in here. It's molded closed, which you can see in the box. They painted it black in there. But all of the other tools, it's molded open and you can see right through there. But I'm going to black out the grill and a whole top section that gets blacked out, as you see right on here. So I didn't need to paint the hood. But the valance panel is glued in place, both front and rear valance panels. And I checked fit. The chassis does fit under there. And I also got some time to put the decals on. But funny story. I had this out. And I had some other parts out so I can put the decals on. And I had my little bowl of water here. And my son had managed to get in the room, and we weren't watching him very closely. And you saw he likes to help me. So to my surprise, I come in and there's water all over the counter. And I got a bunch of parts were out of the box and they were all soaking wet and just all over the place, dripping. And there was water on other parts of the thing. I'm like, oh no. I look over, my decal sheets off to the side, and a couple of drops of water got onto it, but not a big deal on the decal sheet. I just let it dry and then I'll re-wet those ones. But the main ones were okay. And he didn't manage to get them wet enough to really ruin them or make them slide off the paper and get wrinkled up. So I was like, oh no. And then my little boy comes running in here all proud. He's all, hey, daddy, they're clean. I'm like, what are you talking about? Your model car parts are clean. I washed them all. I'm like, I'm like, thank you for helping out. So he had helped and washed all my parts for me. So I went and put some more water in the thing, and then I started cutting them and getting ready to put them on. So I put a few on the body because I'm going to clear coat it next. And I like to have the decals under the clear. That's just personal preference. I know some people like to put the decals over the clear. These ones will go either way, especially if you want to keep them matte. But I just like them under the clear. It seals them in and they don't peel off. I've had some where 5 or 10 years down the road they start to peel off, and then it's too late. Really, nothing you can do about it. Or I've had ones where my hands were sticky and I happened to touch where the decal was and had it peel off. I've had that happen before too. And it gives me an excuse to rebuild. But so I got these on, and these come in 2 sections. And they're kind of a pain because they meet up at the door handle. And I got a section on, and this one really doesn't follow the body line real well. So I got to pull and tug and stretch it a little bit to get it to follow the body line. Even though it doesn't quite have the kick up, and the body line really isn't all that correct. It looks kind of funny back there. But so I got it to follow and got it to where I'm happy with it for what came in the kit. And then got the front one on. The front one on really well, but I made sure it went just right under the mirror mounts that are molded in. And got both sides done. Once I got one side done, I did the other side and getting them to match. You can kind of look from the top and see where these are. I think they should actually go a little bit farther back than they do, but that's where they go. So I got those ready. So this one's ready for clear. And I got a few others that are getting there. So I think the next time you're going to see this is going to be shot and clear. So I'll get them cleared and the mirrors cleared. And then I'll get the blackout done. The engine compartment stays blue. The blackout is only on the tops of the fenders and this panel right here in the hood and the top of the doors and right up on the quarter panel. And I like to airbrush that, but it requires masking off the entire car. And sometimes putting masking right over where you lay decals is kind of scary too. But I'll get all that done, and I'll try and use low tack tape and get that going. And I also did some of the decals, like here's the air cleaner and the decals on it. And then I got the the one on the battery, which looks alright. It has the pole going through it. I thought about cutting the decal and spreading it apart, but then the Mopar letters, so I'll just redetail the pole that goes over the decal, so the decal isn't going on top of it. It'll just kind of disappear, and I'll have a little black line. And whether or not anybody really notices that when it's painted and in there, but I decided to do it that way. And then I also got, there's really nothing to brag about in the interior. I like these interiors, but there's really not a whole lot to them, especially when you do black. Like, there's only wood on the steering wheel and on the console, you know, the wood shift handle, but the gauge package on this one is not the Rally gauge cluster. It's the standard gauge cluster, which does not have wood on it. So I detailed that up a little bit, just trying to paint the needles and make it look pretty good. And then some of the chrome knobs. But there's, you know, this interior is pretty basic in black. Some of these I like in white, but pretty much, you know, most of them are black, and I decided I'm going to do this one this way. The other one that I plan to do, I think I'm going to do purple, and I'll do the white interior in that one. But that's where I'm at the moment, and I will update you more on this once I get clear on this one. And I got the decals going on a couple other kits, so it'll be really soon, and I'll get some clear on at least 3 bodies. So stay tuned, and I'll keep you updated on this one. Well, here's a little update on my AAR Cuda project that I'm working on. As you saw just a little bit ago, you know, a few days have passed, but got some clear coat shot on it over the weekend. So this is really 24 hours old, but I use the automotive clear coat, the 2-part clear with the hardener and the catalyst in it. So that's real automotive clear coat, and I've got a video on it. So if you've seen my older video of, you know, me clear coating and joking around about the price on it, so when you buy it in bulk like that, it does break down to something like $7 a body or something like that. But it's kind of hard to spend that much money and, you know, shoot it, and then you got your respirator and all that stuff. So make sure if you're using clear coat like this that you're wearing a respirator. But she's looking great. I got the clear on there and the decals under the clear, and I got like a couple little buggers or whatnot in the paint, but I usually don't polish them out. I usually just leave them alone because I like the way it lays out, and call me a little bit lazy, but it sprays out kind of nice. And I got this one shot, and I got a couple more shots. So 3 bodies actually got clear coated. So I'll catch you up on those projects in a little bit. But so this one, right now I got this done, and I'm gonna let her dry for a couple more days, and then I'll black this tail panel out. So I'll shoot that, and I'll black out across the tops here, and the top of the fenders, and the front valance, and the top of this fender. The engine compartment stays blue, and then I'll black all the other parts out, and I'll black the grill out. That's why there isn't very good coverage right here, because I know I'm blacking it out, so I wasn't too concerned about getting the blue right there. And then I'll just color sand the top of the fenders, make sure there isn't. But since it's semi-gloss black, or the original vehicle was Aragonasol or something like that, it had a black texture to it, so letting it texture, not worrying about it getting super smooth. So I'll shoot the hood, and I'll shoot all these parts here in the next couple of days, and then I'll start to do the bare metal foil and everything and get the marker lights done. So this one will be done here real soon. But you know, this one, the engine compartment is the body color, so I got to make sure I mask all of this off. The top of the cowl here is black, but the front of the firewall is all blue, or body color. And then when I mask, I make sure not to lay the masking tape right on the decal, because when I lift, it can lift the decal and the clear right off. So I just got to be real careful of that area. But she's looking real good, and you'll be seeing, and I'll also black out the entire headliner and then the interior of the body, so you can't see any of that. But she's coming along really well, and she'll be done here real shortly. And then the other projects, I'll catch you up on those as well. But I'm real happy with it, and she's progressing pretty fast. I mean, this one, building it right out of the box, other than just a couple of minor little tweaks, which you know about, just basically changing out the tires and cutting out the front, but really pretty much building it right out of the box, and I'm just enjoying it. It's really all that it's about, is enjoying it. But stay tuned and keep watching the progression on this one, and I'll catch up on my other projects. So those of you, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and hit that bell button so you can see my latest uploads. And you guys, you have a wonderful day.